Hi. It's still September 18th. I went to Dolores Park and I was reading. I took my religion book to read and just enjoyed really being at the park and just enjoyed looking up at the clouds that were moving. I think that was my favorite part, just looking up at the clouds and then realizing that there were I had forgotten my bubbles. I wanted to take my bubbles today and I'd forgotten them, but I was happy to see that someone else had taken a bubble machine. So that was nice to see. And so yeah, I sat there and looked up at the clouds, read on Hinduism. I think I mentioned before that I was really struggling, experiencing a little bit of disappointment when I realized that there's a repentance ceremony with Buddhism. And I'm still learning, but I'm learning a lot about Hinduism as well. And it's funny how I'm going through these religions. And I kind of apologized to my friend because I made a judgment. And he said, he's so sweet. He's just like, no apology is necessary, my dear. So I thanked him for his grace, and then he asked me, in a nutshell, what are you seeking? I've been asked that before. What am I seeking? And so I responded, another way, a balanced way. A way that is free from labeling things as right or wrong, and instead seen as is, perfectly made in every way, purposeful in every way. I guess I don't need a community that sees things in this manner to live my life in this way, but it wouldn't hurt to find a place to belong to, where I don't feel like an outsider, even though I know inside that I am from everywhere and nowhere all at once. And it reminded me of my poem, and it reminded me, and I thought about that email that I sent him as I was sitting at the park bench at the top of the park, because it's a beautiful park if you've never been there. It's at a slant, and then there's benches at the top. I mean, there's benches throughout, but my favorite is at the top because then I could look down and kind of see all the people there, and then I could see the mission or I think it's a high school. But then I see all the other buildings that I know I've walked by because it's all the way down to the beach, to the piers that I've walked through. Market Street. So it's always humbling to kind of see, like, wow, I've been through over there. And it gives me that sensation of when I skydive and when I'm coming down and I see all the little, everything just in a different, what is that called? Perspective, but the sizing is different. Where was I going back? Oh, so I was sitting there and I had my headphones on, and I usually listen to classical music when I'm reading to stay a little more focused, but I really like to have classical music in my ear as I'm reading and highlighting and writing. And then Claire de Lune comes out. Oh, that's my favorite at all. That's my favorite. But anyways, I was sitting there, and I'm by myself, and I'm smiling, and I'm looking up at the clouds, and just people watching. I love people watching. And just taking it all in, and then remembering what my mom said when I was younger. She said, you were just content, you were always just content sitting there by yourself with a book in hand, a pencil or a pen, by yourself. She's like, you were always happy just like that. And I was like, it felt so good just to be in that moment with my book in hand, the music in my ears, feeling the wind on my face, seeing the clouds go by, seeing the people go by, seeing life just unfold all around me. And then there was a thought. It's a crazy thought. I thought, who would have the patience to indulge me and sit next to me? These 2 hours, was it 2 hours? Yeah, 2 hours I was sitting there doing this. Like, who would sit for 2 hours next to me and allow me to indulge in this moment that lasted for 2 hours? Who would have the patience to do that with me? Not that they have to, right? But I wondered, because then I saw dogs rolling down the hill, and that brought up another memory of rolling down the hill. And there were so many people, I couldn't roll down the hill, but then I thought about that too. Like, who would roll down the hill with me if I wanted to? Just out of sheer spontaneity, right? If I wanted to just roll down the hill, and there was the space too, right? Who would do that with me? Who would jump in without a care, without a worry, just for the sheer of having fun? I wonder. So that came across my mind. And then I was getting cold and hungry because I realized I didn't have breakfast. So I walked back and stopped by the grocery store, and there was someone selling fruit on the corner, and I bought some fruit and avocados. Love avocados. And I'm cooking dinner / breakfast and lunch. But I just wanted to share that story because that was what stood out for me today. And yeah, that was a good day. A really good day. I really love it here. And I don't, for the moment, I don't want to leave. I want to stay. Because it feels good. I feel good here. That's all. Bye. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node. design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is, you know, great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, you know, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, you know, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and you know, we'll see what else